Hello and welcome back to the Student Champs Grand Finals coverage here in Nottingham. So now I am joined by Greg and Shoubs from Coventry and Coventry College. So how are you guys enjoying LAN at the moment?
So today is my first day, and yeah, it's been great so far. Everything looks amazing. The studio, had a look around, it looks great. So excited to be here and excited for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's been. I came yesterday as well. Got to see some Rocket League and some League of Legends. Congratulations to the teams that won all there. I think there was amazing performances across the board. And yeah, I think the thing that's impressed me the most has been the attitude of the students involved. Like, you can clearly see not just a passion for esports, but some really mannered young children who are hopefully going to be the representatives for esports in the UK going forward.
Awesome. So I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it so far. So although you guys didn't make it to LAN to compete today, unfortunately, you guys should all be really proud of yourselves anyway. But so what's your experience been like with the Student Champs?
So obviously this isn't our first year, but we've kind of built on our experiences from last year in terms of the way that we've run the champs this year, in terms of what we do in the college, but also, sort of being there for the students as well, to sort of say that, it's not just about winning these games or winning these matches, it's about what you gain from it, and that's what we always emphasise on, because there's so many, different things that students can learn from it as well. So, it's been a nice sort of experience for the students and us kind of bringing that in to the college for them as well. But yeah, it's been quite sort of nice and wholesome, I suppose. And it's nice to see their sort of friendships kind of develop over the year as well. And that's just kind of the big thing for me is, what are they gaining from it? And so yeah, that's been nice.
Yeah, I think for me, the best thing about the champs is probably, if it's summing up in a word, is opportunity. At college level, especially as we're coming out of 2 years of COVID, there's not much opportunity for students to get involved in extracurricular activities. And the way we run things at Coventry College with the Crosshairs, we want the students to lead the running of the organisation and the direction that we go under our management. So there was a big ask and a cry for things to do with content. So we have our YouTube channel, we have our social media channels, we have a TikTok as well. Because that's what students wanted. We have a website, and they wanted to start writing articles and do journalism, so we started to open up opportunities there. And yeah, so we've got some amazing teams that have done really, really well this year, and obviously we're looking to improve for next year. But yeah, that other side of it, the extra things that they can get involved with content creation, managing teams, coaching teams, being an analyst for a team, they're the key things, I think, that where we are really trying to set ourselves different from our competition, both here and internally within the college with other areas.
Yeah, definitely. And it's really nice that you guys have sort of touched on the fact that people from all areas can sort of get involved, and these opportunities do come about. And without the champs, a lot of these people wouldn't have been able to get the chance to even come to LAN today. I say some of your players are at their first LAN.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that the champs exists for that to happen.
Yeah, and we obviously have said that none of our teams have made it to the finals, but location-wise, we're very fortunate just to be down the road. But so many of our students were like, "Well, I've made so many friends with the teams that we've been scrimming against, playing against in the BF community overall, and we want to go and see them, and we want to go and support them." And that's like, more than anything else, like, it's not really about winning and losing or even taking part. It's about, the friendships, it's about the experience, and, being able to witness something like truly extraordinary in terms of what is available for students and young people these days.
Just on top of that, when it comes to the Coventry Crosshairs, it's always been about the community and things that we build on from there. So yes, of course, with the support from the British Esports, we can build on that within Coventry and kind of branch out to the rest of the UK, I suppose. And so that's been great to see.
Awesome. So I think just because you guys have a very different perspective than the students and their experiences with the champs, like what impact do you think that being able to compete in an esports tournament has had on your students?
So I've always said this, that one of the key things that they've gained from it is increase in confidence and their communication skills. And those are things that they're going to need in the future when, you know, they go into employment, whether it's in esports, in games design, or whatever it is that they end up doing, that we're sort of teaching them about kind of becoming more employable through that. And, you know, we're just really happy that we can offer that opportunity without even saying that, you know, you're here to develop your confidence. It just sort of naturally happens because of the way that things are planned and organised.
Yeah, and those skills really do cross across the whole college. We've got students from all different departments across a multitude of courses who are going to be able to get that experience, those leadership qualities, teamwork. But from an esports perspective, which is kind of like my teaching area, it's all well and good me standing at the front of a classroom and telling them about esports, or even getting them to do a project about esports, but being able to actually witness and be a part of esports and an esports competition and an esports team, for those students, it really does set them apart. The ones that want to get involved and want to get invested, it really does set them apart and give them that opportunity to do something. And when I keep telling my students that, you know, when you finish college and you're looking to go to university or looking to get into the industry, this is going to be the thing that sets you apart from the hundreds of other people that are applying for those places and those jobs.
And it's just really great experience. And I say, leading on to that very swiftly with the BTEC, that I've had a lot of people who joined the BTEC with that sort of general impression that it's just going to be playing games at college. However, they've had such a positive impact with the course that they've been able to learn about all of the areas, and especially things like health and well-being, and then building a brand. So what have you guys enjoyed the most about sort of taking part in the BTEC?
There's quite a few sort of positives through that. I mean, I've always said that when teaching, you know, I get to talk about stuff that I feel really passionate about and share that knowledge with young people. So I would say, you know, I'm really glad that there is a games design unit on esports, and although it's in a different context, it kind of made me start to think about the development of esports games and the thought process, because it's a completely different mentality when it comes to narrative-driven games, which is what I normally teach. And so, yeah, I think, you know, having a different perspective, and it's encouraged me to sort of teach in different ways as well, just because of the nature of the content, the course itself. And so that's been quite a positive thing for me, that I'm branching out in terms of switching up the way I teach, I suppose, because it's a different type of student as well.
Well, I think I enjoy the things that I enjoy the most about the course, probably being able to talk about something that I'm so passionate about and something that I enjoy myself, and being able to pass on, you know, my knowledge and my understanding. But you know, the great thing about esports, I think, is that it gives me, and as a course, is it gives me an opportunity to learn from my students as well. Like I couldn't tell you the first thing about Rocket League a year ago, but now you know, all my planning and my lessons were based on Overwatch, Valorant, games that I was comfortable in. But now I can start to learn off my students and use those examples. And some of them have got into games with me and like showed me how rotations work and how aerials work in Rocket League. Some of them have helped me with League of Legends. My League of Legends is terrible. I'm a support main because everyone's a support main when you start. But you know, I've started to learn jungle. I've started to be more confident in the mid lane. And they've really talked me through some of like the micro and the macro of playing those games, And that's my first year students. So that's going to help me next year when I get more students who are interested in Rocket League, who are interested in League of Legends or other games that I don't necessarily play myself. And I'll be able to say, oh, actually, yeah, I understand what you're talking about. Have you thought about X, Y, Z?
Yes. So on that note, again, you're making the segues very easy for me. What are you looking forward to the most in the upcoming academic year, whether that's with your students in the BTEC or just for the student champs?
I mean, since we've had the esports provision at the college, we've just grown. And so I am excited about the new sort of challenges that we're going to have with the popularity of the esports provision in the college, but also, you know, creating that kind of hype around esports further within the college. And so my plan is to only get bigger in terms of what we do, have more involvement. There's a lot of cross-college collaboration as well, so we're not just sticking with the digital area. We're going to start looking at performing arts. We're going to start looking at creative arts, even to an extent, you know, collaborating with maybe business, sports maybe as well. And so I'm looking forward to that.
I think, yeah, you've kind of covered the college stuff, so I'll talk about the champs. I think the big thing that for me that I'm really excited for this year is obviously this year was the first year that we weren't just an Overwatch team. We've been an Overwatch team for 3 years, including this year, and that's what we're known for. But I think it was the worst kept secret in the world that our Valorant team is incredibly strong. What's probably is kind of still a secret is that we actually have an incredibly talented Rocket League team that only kind of formed, well, like the final pieces were put into place like the week before we hit playoffs in Div 2. So I'm really looking forward to the players that we've got coming in. We're really excited. We know we've got a couple of really good Valorant players coming in. We know we've got a few really good Rocket League players coming in. So I'm really looking forward to like taking that next step of supporting not just an Overwatch team, but being able to support and promote teams across at least 3 games, and hopefully we can find some League of Legends players as well and get a 4th team in as well.
Thank you very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Please make sure to check back the rest of the Student Champs Finals content to learn more about the teams and check out all of the highlights.